Hello guys. Hello guys. How are you all? I thought it's not live. Today we have sampling in research. Is there echo? Can you hear me? Sampling. What is sampling? शुरू करें. Sampling means what? Sampling means taking a group of people, objects or some items, etc. and measuring it, isn't it? So, let us take a look at the questions. As we do the questions, I will explain and you will understand. Can you hear clearly? My voice is a little bad. Can I speak like this? Are you able to hear clearly? The process of sampling allows us to study a small group of people from the large group. Is it correct or wrong? The process of sampling allows us to study a small group from a large group. Is it correct or wrong? Sampling involves inferences and generalization. Is it correct or wrong? Bolo. Yes, you are all awesome people. Process of sampling allows us to study a small group from the large group. Correct. Sampling involves inferences and generalization. Both are correct. Okay, guys. So, sampling means what? From a large population or large group, you take a small group. You are by studying the small group, you are inferring and generalizing. Did you understand? ठीक है. Which type of sampling are these? Picking names out of a hat. 1. Picking out every fifth person from a list. Then, the entire people are divided into subsets and then samples are picked. Tell me, picking names out of a hat is what? Picking names out of a hat. From all your names, we pick somebody. From anybody in YouTube who has commented on our videos, if I pick, that is random sampling. Okay, if I pick out every fifth person who has commented, that is systematic sampling. If I divide you into BA students, MA students, my students who are doing paid group, paid course, students who are not doing paid course, people from North India, people from South India, like that, if I divide and then give gift for one person from every group, then it is stratified sampling. Did you understand? If I pick out one person from North India, one person from South India, one person from among our paid group students, one person from non-paid group students, one person from some other category, one man, one woman. Like if you divide into subsets and then samples are picked, then it is stratified sampling. So, random, systematic, stratified. The researcher wants to collect data on the effect of watching TV on language proficiency. Listen everybody. The researcher wants to collect data on the effect of watching TV on language proficiency. For this, he prepares a questionnaire, emails it to a sample of people who have access to computer. What kind of sampling this is? What kind of sampling this is? Wait karo Punita, let me come to it. What is probability sampling? Probability sampling means the researcher is not basing the sampling upon his judgment or knowledge or anything. He is setting a few criteria, choosing members randomly. In non-probability sampling, the sampling is based on his understanding, his requirements. It is the researcher's requirement. Listen. It is the researcher's requirement that his subjects should have access to computer. Because he is choosing only people with access to computer, he is deciding according to his requirements. So it is non-probability sampling. Probability sampling is giving equal opportunity to everybody to participate in the research. Anybody can get email. But in this case, anybody won't get email. Only people with access to computer will get email. That is why it is non-probability. You should also read online, okay? Then you will understand. Non-probability means the researcher is using a predetermined method based on his requirements. Did you understand? The sampling is based on the researcher's requirements. Everybody does not have the same opportunity in non-probability sampling. Whereas in probability sampling, read extra also. In probability sampling, all members will have equal opportunity to be part of the sample. For example, I am saying, I am going to give you gifts. But only people with laptop can get gifts. Because the gift is software, learning software that can be played only on laptop. If I am saying only people with laptop can get the gifts, then that is non-probability. Then you will be sad. You will say, no, don't say like that. We all want gift. I want equal opportunity. Then I should do probability sampling. Did you understand, guys? Yes. Now, a researcher wants to collect data on the effect of same question, but one more change is there. Watching TV on language proficiency, he wants to study. For this, he prepares a questionnaire and emails it to a sample of people with access to computer. But he chooses 20 samples from student and 20 from non-student population. 20 of them are students. 40 total he sends. 20 are students, 20 are non-students. Then what kind of sampling is it? Then what kind of sampling is it? He is actually giving a quota for students and non-students. He is giving a quota for students and non-students. So it is quota sampling. Quota sampling is a kind of non-probability sampling. Did you understand? Sampling, when it is probability sampling, early we talked about random sampling, systematic sampling, stratified sampling. They are all probability sampling. But quota is a non-probability sampling. In quota sampling, the researcher is deciding based on his requirements. Clear, guys? So this is quota sampling. Is this helping you? Is this the kind of questions they will ask in NET also? I hope it is helping you. Then, which of the following is not a feature of probability sampling? Which of the following is not a feature of probability sampling? The samples are randomly selected. Everyone in the population has an equal chance of getting selected. There is no quota in stratified sampling, Vijay Lakshmi. Stratified sampling means the researcher divides the population into small groups. The division into subsets is what is important. I will teach you in the paid course. But in quota sampling, quota he is deciding. There is no quota in stratified sampling. In stratified sampling, he is dividing into different groups and choosing any number. Wait. Listen. In probability sampling, are samples randomly selected? Yes. In probability sampling, randomly selected. Everyone in the population has an equal chance of getting selected. Correct. This is wrong. Useful in an environment that shares similar traits is wrong. Usually probability sampling is in diverse environments. Usually, listen everybody, usually probability sampling is used in diverse environment. Diverse environment matlab, then everybody from all types will get selected. But in non-probability sampling, similar traits, if it is similar traits, it should be non-probability sampling. Will you remember? A and B are correct. But probability sampling works in diverse populations. Randomly you pick and then you get a diversity of sampling. Did you understand? But when similar traits are there, then you don't have to pick randomly. Then the researcher can decide how. So, I already explained several times option B. Because of random sampling, everybody has equal opportunity. In non-probable, I explained with the case of laptop. I gave the example of laptop, right? Yeah. If I am choosing people with laptop only, then everybody is not getting equal opportunity. Now, a researcher can select a sample by using combinations of different sampling methods. Is it possible? Can a researcher select a sample by using combinations of different sampling methods? In our net course, I will give more details, okay? Right now, there is a little limitation. Bolo, can the researcher select a sample of different sampling methods? Yes, researcher can do that. That is called multi-stage sampling. It is called multi-stage sampling. It is called multi-stage sampling. Probability methods of sampling strive for representativeness. Is it correct? Probability methods of sampling, yes, they do strive for representativeness. When you random probability matlab, you randomly pick from a diverse population. When you randomly pick using random sampling or cluster sampling or systematic sampling or stratified sampling, then you are giving representation. It is true. Random probability methods strive for representativeness. Please read extra, okay? Based on this, you should read extra, okay, guys? Then, assertion. Convenient sampling has limitations. What do you mean by convenient sampling? I want to take a sample of all people in Kerala. I want to take a sample of people in Kerala and see how much they use social media. But I don't have that much money. I don't want to do everybody in Kerala. So I just focus on one college near my house. I focus on one college near my house or one colony near my house. That is according to my convenience. So convenience sampling it is called. Convenience sampling. Did you understand the example? Convenience sampling has limitations. Instead of taking everybody in Kerala, if I take only one college, that is a limitation, but is often used in pilot studies. Pilot study means beginning. Is it true or false? Assertion. Then it allows the researcher to survey the field before setting up a more elaborate sample. What is the answer? Yes. Pilot study means what? The study that beginning study that determines the feasibility of a project. That is called pilot study. The initial study that determines the feasibility of a project. Then, if a researcher interviews a few illegal immigrants are not easy to interview. Somehow, the researcher is interviewing a few illegal immigrants and derives results, which she then generalizes to apply to the entire population or community of illegal immigrants. She is interviewing a few illegal immigrants. She is generalizing to apply to the entire community as a whole. To the entire community of illegal immigrants, she is applying it. So, what kind of sampling is that? What kind of sampling is that? No. That is called snowball sampling. That means, snowball sampling means you take only a few examples, especially in the case of samples that are difficult to collect. Illegal immigrants or criminals or drug addicts, etc. You can't easily interview, na? It is not purposive. Illegal immigrants, listen, illegal immigrants, criminals, drug addicts, etc. You can't go and interview, na? That kind of people, you have to, shelterless people or homeless people, those kind of people, you will have to take only few interviews. You will get only 2-3. From there, it will snowball. It will add, generalize and apply to entire community. Snowballing means little bit becomes bigger. That is snowball. Little bit of snow will become big. That is snowball. Did you understand? If a researcher interviews a few illegal immigrants, derives results which she generalizes to apply to the entire community of illegal immigrants, that is snowball sampling. Got it now? Very good. Then, cluster random sampling is done when the list is too large for simple random sampling. Cluster matlab, you divide the entire population into clusters. And these clusters will represent. It is similar to snowball, but in snowball it is because sampling is difficult because of the nature of the samples. In cluster it is because it's too big. For example, if you want to do a research on all people in India, you can't go and get everybody. So you will have to do in North India, then Northeast, then West India, then South India, like that, clusters. Cluster random sampling is done when the list is too large, correct hai? Stratified random sampling involves splitting subjects into mutually exclusive groups. Stratified random sampling, in that the researcher divides the population into smaller groups that are not overlapping. Smaller groups that are mutually exclusive. They are not overlapping. That is stratified random sampling. So both are true. Okay, you should study on Friday. I will give this PDF in our Telegram group, vallaths.tes public group. There you should take the PDF and study, okay? Right. Then, when a researcher wants to understand the stress level of people studying for their doctoral degrees, lots of people are studying for their doctoral degree. The researcher wants to study the stress level of these people. She selects samples based on her prior knowledge of the student population. She already knows some things about those students, and she does sampling based on her judgment of the target audience. Then what kind of sampling it is? Then what kind of sampling is it? That is purposive sampling. Purposive sampling is based on the discretion of the researcher. Purposive sampling is based on the researcher's knowledge, judgment. It has the danger of being biased. Telegram group you can search, vallaths.tes public group. All these people are there in that group. 7,000 people are there. Vallaths.tes public group. I am giving PDF every day, every week. That is called purposive sampling. In purposive sampling, there is the judgment of the researcher or the prior knowledge of the researcher at work. Did you get it, guys? Very good. Will you please like the video, everybody? Please like the video, guys. Then, quota sampling is defined as a probability sampling method. Is it correct? Quota sampling is defined as a probability sampling method. Is it correct? No. Quota sampling is non-probability sampling. Will you remember? Quota sampling is non-probability sampling. Okay, then what is one of the disadvantages of quota sampling? Quota means the researcher defines the quota. The researcher defines the quota. So, it increases the risk of researcher bias. It increases the risk of researcher bias. Did you understand? Today itself you should read up on all this, okay? Then, did you know probability sampling helps researchers to plan and create an accurate sample? Probability sampling helps researchers to plan and create an accurate sample. It helps to obtain, you can't read, I will do. It helps to obtain well-defined data. It helps to obtain well-defined data. Did you know that? So will you read it today itself? Because my throat is not good, I will stop now, okay? I am not able to speak more, so I will stop now. We have covered sampling well. Okay, today itself you should read it, okay? And I will do another important topic tomorrow. Every week, every test course will have useful material. You can get the PDF from our Telegram group, vallaths.tes public group. Okay guys, please like the video before you go and please share it with your friends also. Please share in Facebook or WhatsApp, etc. Telegram. Okay? Bye-bye. I hope this was useful for you. I hope you liked it. Bye, dears. God bless.